Hello, I'm Lauren Shook, Assistant Professor of English at Texas Lutheran University, which is right outside of San Antonio, Texas. I'm so excited to introduce Coriolanus for the Shakespeare 2020 project. What a year, right? Now, at the outset of our current global pandemic, many suggested that King Lear was the perfect Shakespeare tragedy for 2020. Shakespeare wrote Lear during a plague, after all. But Coriolanus also suits 2020 pretty well. From Shakespeare's globe comes a play that fits our global world, full of its own tragedies of social injustices. Likely written in 1608, Coriolanus concludes Shakespeare's string of great tragedies in the latter part of his career, and it is the last of his Roman tragedies. And the play follows Coriolanus's contentious relationship with Rome, from his rise as Rome's ultimate warrior to his revenge against the very country that he once defended. Entering Act 1 as Caius Marcius, the play's hero receives the honorific name Coriolanus for his victory at an epic battle. And later, when disgruntled Roman citizens demand Coriolanus' exile because he belittles them and fails to humble himself before them, he seeks refuge with his and Rome's archenemy, Aufidius. Now, Coriolanus' pride transforms him from honored hero into disgraced soldier. But what makes this play feel so relevant, I want to kind of suggest, is not Coriolanus, and it's surprisingly not his actions. Rather, what makes this play feel so familiar right now is its opening. Coriolanus is a play that examines the cost of pride, the personal, familial, communal, and national costs. It's a play that demonstrates a need for community, and it's a tragedy that gives voice to the hungry. Civil unrest opens the play. An angry group of weaponized citizens storm the stage, hungry for revenge, and literally just hungry. They believe that the Roman government has been hoarding food for politicians and aristocrats alone, and that they have intentionally inflated the price of food. Coriolanus fights Rome's enemies. Roman citizens fight Rome. And so from the outset, we see that Rome is a nation at war and also a nation torn apart by class war. The citizens demand a basic human right: food. This is no surprise, given that in 1608, hunger and famine were on England's mind. Angry commoners often led revolts and riots against greedy farmers who hoarded grain, and that sparked national unrest during the early 1600s. King James even issued proclamations against hoarding grain. Thus, for a theater goer in 1608, the citizen's plight would be all too familiar. One citizen in Coriolanus cries out in Act 1, "We are accounted poor citizens, the patricians good. Our sufferance is a gain to them. Let us revenge this with our pikes before we become rakes. Let the gods know that I speak this in hunger for bread, not in thirst for revenge." Moments later, Roman aristocrat Menenius tries to calm the hungry crowd, but he does so with an odd story. That is the fable of the belly. It's a story in which the belly, a very full one, stores and distributes food to the body's limbs as it sees fit. Now, Menenius uses this story as an allegory for what's going on in Rome. He says that the Roman senators are the storehouse of the nation, and they decide who gets food according to their social status. Now, according to Menenius, the citizens are mutinous members, and they are the feet of Rome. And so by revolting, the citizens are stepping out of line. Now we could linger longer in the tragedy's chaotic opening, but the pace of the scene won't allow it, and plus, I think it might be time for us to move along too. The citizens' cries for food and revenge are what holds the rest of the play together, and those are two themes. The theme of hunger is one that I would say for you to pay attention to as you read through this play. Roman soldiers call war a feast. Coriolanus' mother, Volumnia, imagines war fields as fields of grain. Coriolanus, the harvester, of his enemies, his crops, are figured as corpses. Later, when Volumnia learns of Coriolanus' banishment, she refuses to dine, and here we get her most famous line in this play: "Anger is my meat." In the play's pivotal moment, the exiled Coriolanus ends up where else but the kitchen of his enemy, where the two men cook up a plan for revenge against Rome. And later, when they come marching back into Rome, everyone looks for Menenius to persuade Coriolanus to relent and to forgive. And Menenius, however, will not approach Coriolanus until the angry warrior has supped. The acts of dining and starving are woven into this play's language and plot. Food is everywhere, and food is nowhere in Coriolanus. May your appetite be satisfied as you dine in Rome. Enjoy.